Hello, Formaloo community. My name is Anano, and today we'll be talking about how you can analyze your client satisfaction with your own AI analysis. We had the webinar, our past webinar was also covering AI. However, it was covering a different aspect of it. It was how to create an AI proposal and how to create AI generator forms. However, in this webinar, I will explain how to formulate a effective AI prompt, how you can use it to analyze your responses, your data, and how you can also create a form with Formaloo. So even if you are just starting out your journey with Formaloo, or you've been a loyal customer of Formaloo, this webinar is going to be beneficial for both of you. So I'm definitely very happy to be hosting this for you today. So at first, I will just share the presentation that I created to make this a lot more clearer for you for explaining it's how to write an effective AI prompt. We got a lot of requests from the previous webinar to spend a little bit more time on it because everything definitely falls down on this. How your prompt looks like is how the output is gonna look like basically. So therefore, refining your prompt is very, very useful. Therefore, I'm gonna already start sharing my screen and I will start sharing with the presentation that I created for you. It's about how to write effective AI prompt. For those of you who have just joined us, now we are just going to kick off with that. So these are some general tips that you can use not only with AI, not only with Formaloo, but with the different AI models that you're using, the chat models. However, these are Formaloo best practices, so definitely keep it in mind. They're going to be best applied with Formaloo in your cases here. So how you can write and why do actually these prompts matter? The reason why these prompts matter is because AI is only as good as your prompt you give to it. So you should basically think that you are giving a prompt to a friend, so they need to understand like what they need to return back, what they need to answer back. So whatever you ask is very important to be very refined. Then again, the clear prompts definitely generate better answers and better workflows. So you have to be very clear with the prompt that you give to AI. And then in Formaloo, prompts can be used everywhere. You can create AI generated emails, PDFs, reports, summaries, and you can use AI, you can use Formaloo forms to answer pipe your values in the prompts as well. And this is something that we covered on the previous webinar. So definitely make sure to check it out. On this webinar, we're going to be covering the reports part of it. So how you can generate AI generated reports based on the form submissions. There are key prompt parts that you need to consider. Sometimes they're referred to as PTCF, and they are persona, task, context, and format. So basically, your prompt needs to be formulated in this sense. Your first sentence, basically, maybe after hi, you need to write a persona. You need to define what persona the let's say AI is going to become. So you should define the role or characteristics of the AI to match the response style. I will show you some examples and we will also create one together. Then you have to give it a specific task or action that you want it to accomplish. After task, you need to give it some context because you need to provide this background information for any relevant details that might be connected to your project. So it has the idea of the overall project, the overview, the summary of it. And then you definitely need to do the formatting part. So you need to maybe tell them what the tone of voice is going to be. Maybe you can describe the structure, how you want it to formulate the response. So these four key prompts, they are the ones that you can use in any prompt you generate in your life, not only with Formaloo, but definitely keep this in mind when generating. Now let's have a look at some examples of how you can use this prompt and how you can like kind of like a good prompt looks like. So let's say a bad prompt is to give information and be like summarize this, Of course, it can generate, and it will, in most cases, summarize the idea. It's going to summarize the results. However, it's not going to give you a clear output and something that you're looking for. For example, an improved prompt. However, I would say this is a concise one. To give a fresh example, would be as a customer support agent, summarize this compliant for your manager. Focus on issue, impact, and resolution. Use bullet points. As you can see, all of this like key prompts, which are persona, task, context, and format, they are utilized in this very concise prompt. However, a little bit more, how to say, like a longer example of the prompt would be this, for example, which says that I'm a CEO of a mid-sized company. I'm hosting a quarterly town meetings with the entire company. There has been a lot of positive progress, but I'm worried that the multiple teams have low morale due to unforeseen setbacks. Help me write. So now you can see like the first one is the persona, but the second one is actually context. So you can mix and match. However, definitely keep it in a prompt. Help me write. So it's giving a task right now. Help me write challenging questions that employees may ask in the upcoming town hall earnings and generate potential answers, and then use a confident, this is like a format. Use confident but firm tone in bullet point style, headings, and bold format. So if you use and utilize this kind of prompt structure, every output is going to be the one that you desire to be. Now I'm going to show you exactly how your client satisfaction can look like with AI. First, I'm going to demo this project, then we're going to create this project together from the beginning. And I will walk you through pretty much all the steps of how to create a form, how to add your personal branding, and how the Formaloo works. So we will start from the beginning. However, this is the outcome that we're going to create today. Basically, we have a form right here asking the clients about a service. Let's imagine we are a marketing agency and we're offering different services to the user, to our clients. And afterwards, we want to have some like feedback from them to analyze and improve upon it. So you can create this very simple form. I'm just going to view this form so you see what it can look like. So we are always aiming to improve. Let us hear your experience. So for example, I would fill the form like this. And as you can see, my name is answer piped here. I will also show you how you can do it. Then I would just write my email. You can make it optional, however you want. Let's say I chose consultation, and then I'm very satisfied with the consultation. How would I rate the quality? I'm very satisfied as well. Was the project delivered according to expectations? Maybe not that much, but I was still satisfied. How likely I am to recommend? Extremely likely. And if there's anything else it'd like to know about me, I would write maybe the customer experience could be a lot more, let's say, smooth, smoother. I think it's great. So here again, the name is answer piped, and yeah, this is my feedback. This is my ending page, and it's very straightforward process. However, in our dashboard, my response will be shown in the response table right here, and you can put it anywhere you want. I will show you how. And down here we have the AI analysis of the submitted responses. I'm going to click on regenerate because it was generated for the previous 3 responses that I had for this form. So here are the responses table where you can see, you can definitely manually analyze it as well, but if you have like hundreds and hundreds of responses, then you will need AI's help to help you analyze it. So now our new output is generated. And I will also show you what the prompt is like, how to write a good prompt. So we have a project results and overall assessments. We have key findings. We have self-service analysis. We have customer feedback, strategic recommendations based on the responses. What are key insights, deliverables, ratings. So based on this, also like regarding this like last field that we answered, everything is relating to the responses, and it is giving you very like big rundown of different scenarios and different recommendations. So you can definitely rely on it, and you can just have it as a helper to help you analyze your responses. And then you can also have charts and insights where you can just see the responses over time or just overall charts and statistics of the responses of the survey. So now let's create this survey together, and I'm going to walk you through the dashboard. Let's just go here. This is what my dashboard looks like. It's a bit messy. However, you can organize your projects into folders which are seen to the left. You can also give them the colors, and you can be as creative as you want. You can create new folder just by clicking on the plus icon. And as you can see, I have this random new folder, so you can just drag and drop your project and it's going to be added to the folder. So this is very convenient, and yeah, you can use it to organize your home page like this. And you can also pin some of the projects. So if you're accessing something, let's say you have like portal and you want to access it very quickly, you can just click on the project and click on pin, and it's going to be pinned to your homepage, and it's going to be very easy for you to be accessed after this. However, as you can see, it's right here, and you will also see this little pin icon appear next to the project. To create a new project, you can either start from scratch, you can either use our templates, and we have templates for pretty much every use case, or you can just import if you already have a pre-made data. If you have like a form made somewhere and you want to import it, you can just click on import, and it's going to give you the guidance of you can just upload the file or import from Google. So it is definitely up to you which one to choose, but for the sake of this webinar, I'm going to create a new form from scratch. Once you click on new, I think I have, yes, I need to make it bigger. Once you click on new, you have different options. You can either create a form, survey, dashboard, CRM, customer portal, HR portal. So for this specific client satisfaction form, I'm just going to click on form and give it name, which can be changed later. So I'm just going to give it starting name, satisfaction form, and it's going to set up my project. As you can see, now we have this dashboard that has, of course, this like draft of what the form, responses, and charts will look like. As you can see, we have this like white space here, and this you can think of it as a whiteboard where you can put your databases, which we refer in Formaloo, we refer them to as blocks, data blocks. And you can move these blocks around, you can add them, you can remove them, and you can definitely also write the content in this white space and be as creative as you want. You can either embed different pages here, and you can have images put here. So this space, I will just remove these blocks, this form block and the table block for responses. You can click on delete and remove. And this becomes a whiteboard, which you can customize however you want. One more way to customize is to actually look at the left sidebar. Here you will see pages and the groups you will have in the dashboard. So you can create either a new page like this one's, live embed page, this is the one that I was referring to, or you can create a new group. This will act as like a folder where you can have different pages. So one more thing also to mention is if you want to make any changes to the dashboard, you need to have the edit mode turned on. And now we can just start writing. So here we can just write that client satisfaction or submit. Clients will submit their insights with this form. And imagine I want to just I want to have the form embedded here, and I just wanted to submit. Oh, there we go. And I just want to have the form embedded here. You can definitely add the formatting to this. You can decide if it's a paragraph, if it's heading one, if it's numbered list, if it's a checklist. So you can have a checklist or straight in your dashboard. And yes, you can play around and you can see embed different stuff. One way you can do it is, as you saw me being very like efficient with it, is by just typing this dash icon, and you will see table, Kanban, gallery, charts, form, AI analyze, code, text and layout options, and then you can see media options as well. These are all what you can access from this little icon. It's a shortcut, definitely. But the blocks define how you view your data, how your data set is displayed. Is it a form? Is it a table? Is it Kanban? Is it gallery? Is it charts? Is it AI analyzed? Is it like code? So you can insert these blocks into your let's say dashboard on this whiteboard that we have here, and you can link them to different databases. For the text layout, as I said, you can either create it from here already. So for example, let's say embed a form, then my next add the design of the form, and so on. If I want to scratch, I just tick and it's shown as complete. And then if you want to embed different images, videos, or like different URLs, it is going to appear here as a block. But for now, we want to create a form. So therefore, we already had a form in the beginning in this dashboard. However, I removed it to show you these different possibilities. However, if you want to insert a new form and create it, you can either click on this dash icon and embed form, or you can just click on insert, and here you can just see blocks, and you can click form, and it's gonna just embed the form here. Here you see different forms that I have created and I have on my profile, but if you want to create a new one, just click on new form, which we're gonna do. As you can see, it embedded the little form block as well. Now you see we are in the form editor. This is where we're gonna design the look of the form, and I will walk you through how you can design very effective forms. Excuse me for one moment. And how you can design, add your branding to the form, and add questions, fields, remove them, and some other tips to share. One more thing to point out, and you should play around with, is Formaloo AI, which helps you rewrite your questions. If you want to make a question clear, if you want to make it sound professional, friendly, shorter, or if you want to add related questions, we're going to test it out. You're going to see how it works. But from the left side is where you can add fields, where you can manage them as well, remove them, and so on, and where you can also design the ending pages. From the right sidebar, you see all this like settings that you can add to the form. Or for example, you can define if the form is active. You can define when the form will be active. You can set a timer if you're creating quizzes. This is quite useful for that. Or you can limit one entry per IP. And as you can see, each this feature has this like little icon information. So you can just hover over it and you will have that information displayed. And if you want to learn more about the specific features, definitely visit our help desk articles, and they will help you out with pretty much all the instructions that you might need and information about these features. Or if you want the submission settings, you can just set them from here. For example, if you want users to always be redirected to a different URL after form submission, you can do it from here. If you want to set up SEO and meta tags, you do it from here if you want to share your form somewhere. And then if you have form with payment, once you allow it, then you have different settings for that. Or you can also use a custom JS code. So this is everything that you can design. You can just have them displayed all at once, or you can just have them like this. Over at the top, you have logic map and advanced logic. We won't necessarily be using the logic in this form. However, logic is useful to define how the form behaves. And it's also good with calculations, with automating different like triggers. For example, if you want to send different email notifications and different emails to according to different answers, or if the status of the submission is updated, you can design and define it from the advanced logic and from the custom emails. From the design tab, we have the form types we can choose from. It can either be a classic form, it can be one question at a time. You can define the layout, the color palette, fonts. You can upload a background image, and you can also have advanced CSS codes to further customize your form. We have a list of frequently used CSS on our help desk article, so you can check that out and use them if you want. For example, if you want to have like fields displayed in 2 columns, it's a very simple CSS solution, so you can check out and use it. And in the Notify tab, from here, you define the integrations and email notifications. If you want to receive be informed on the email as soon as the submission is made, you define it from here. If you want to send the users an email, you define it from here. If you want to set conditional emails, like the one that I described prior, also can be defined from here. But how we add the new fields right now, right? Now, one thing that I would do is I would just create this as a one question at a time. I want this to feel as a quiz. I want it to be fun as well. So I will just create, you can decide on the shape, on the layout as you want. It can be something like this as well. I'm going to stick up with this one. I don't know. It's my favorite one that I have. We can share. Um, Let us know your, or we'd love to hear your feedback. Something like this. So the title of the form is now changed, and you can always change it however you want. From here, you can upload a logo or remove the logo. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to delete every logos that we have. So you can upload the cover images, you can upload the logo as well. I'm just going to change maybe the background. Maybe I can choose something from the themes that we already have created for you. Maybe we can go with something like... as you can see, different options and different colors to feed everyone's, let's say something like, let's have something like this. Why not? This teal color. So we'd love to hear your feedback. We have this design chosen, but this is a template one. But you can use your own design in your own colors, your brand colors, and you can choose and you can write these codes here. So to just cut to the chase, you can just customize fully from here. And I will just make the roundness, change the roundness of the button as well. From here, we see the welcome page. This is the welcome page. And as you can see, now we have two pages because this is a one question at a time form and every question is displayed on the different page. So we have the second page, which is what is your name? And actually we can keep it. But as you can see, template comes with a tip. So if you want to reference their name anywhere else, you can just you need to have the ID set up for the field, for the question. We can give the ID name, which is the easiest one. And then we need to use this @ and ID to reference whatever input people are going to put here. So yeah, I'm just going to write that this is optional if they want to answer it or not. However, now that the name is ID, I'm going to add a new field. And once you click on add new field, you will have all the fields displayed here. And you can have choice questions, you can have text, contact information, CSAT, and NPS matrix, which we're going to use today. And we can have a different like form upload, embed a video, signature, and other miscellaneous, but very, very useful fields that you can use. I'm going to make a lot of typos. I'm so sorry. However, we're going to go along. I'm going to add a new field, and it is going to be another, I'm going to ask for their email. So I will use this specific email field, which does not let you proceed with the form unless the email formatting is correct. So it needs to have the @ and it needs to have the ending as well, proper for the email. Can we know about your email? And then maybe I want to reference their name. And I will just do something like this, which is going to be, I'm going to answer pipe the value. I will show you quickly what it looks like. So what's your name? Anna. And you're going to see that it's going to be answer piped here. And this is how you can pipe your answers pretty much everywhere. As you can see, we didn't see the welcome page, and this is something that you can define from the design form, from the design tab. You can see advanced, and you can just allow to see the form title and description. Some people don't want to do it, so it's definitely up to you which one you choose. So we can ask for their email, and then I'm going to proceed to asking about their satisfaction and what they feel about it. So the most useful one is usually the CSAT and the NPS scores because they're easy to answer. They're quick and they deliver very good insights. So the star rating, usually CSAT, comes with different settings. So if you want to have stars, you can have stars. If you want to have this like emojis, I call them, or icons, either like colorful or not colorful ones, or hearts, it's up to you, whichever one fits your preference, whichever one you decide. So we can ask about how do you generally feel about the experience with, let's say, we're X firm, something like that. So they can just judge from there. If you also want to know what kind of services did they use and what they are referring to, you can choose any of the choice fields. And I will also show you how you can move around the fields. So I would just click on add. I will choose a single choice field or maybe multiple choice depending on what kind of services you provide and if they can choose different services at once. So I will have a single choice and just write which services did you use. And maybe you can have like as package, or you can have XS, you can have L package. I will just do M as well. It really depends. You can just write everything like this, one by one, or you can just insert them as a bulk choice. So I would just write everything that I wrote here, right here as this option 1, option 2, option 3, and then just insert, and it would just quickly put the options right here. And I'm just gonna move this field up there because I want it to be the first thing they answer before they share their experience. So we have it here. Maybe we can also have the NPS score. You can add as many questions as you want. We will send you the template that we have created for you about this client satisfaction. I will just show you what you can do and how you can use it. So we will have the NPS score too. And one of the most effective questions is to ask how likely they would recommend your services to a friend. And this really shows how satisfied they were with your services. So how likely are you to recommend, no, not like this, Anna, our services to your friend? Always publish your changes after adding them here. This will ensure that they are saved and they are published. Let's use one of our Formaloo AI before we continue on to customizing this field even further. Maybe I'm gonna make some mistakes. How much likely are you to recommend to a friend? Please rate below, right? And it's really easy, right? It can be a lot easier. So maybe we can choose, let me just make it shorter or make it clear. Let's just make it clear. So it is gonna generate the version that I can use with the description. So this is a lot more professional, a lot more easier for you. So I will just click on replace. And as you can see, it is replaced in seconds. So this is quite useful tool, something that I use a lot as well. So you can make it anywhere you want. You can make it clear or professional, fix the spelling and grammar. So this is a very helpful tool, and I do recommend to utilize. One more thing that I usually like to do is I like to remove the 0 as a starting point. So you can assess it from here. You have minimum and the maximum score. So in the minimum score, I will just write 1. And as you can see, it is already updated. And you can also define and add the message. So what does 1 mean? So 1, even though we have this description right here, you can also add it to the numbers itself. So not at all likely. I have used it before, that's why you will see it here, and very much likely, for example. So once you publish, this is what your form and especially NPS score is going to look like. So this is very straightforward and very easy to understand pretty much for everyone and give them the clear insight to you. One thing that I want to point out, and I usually do, is I like to have my fields, one moment. I like to have them display in full width. So I always mark make fields full width. So we will see the outcome once I preview the form. So yeah, it can look like this. You can add as many questions as you want. Maybe we can also add a long text field where they can write about, would you like to tell us more? Or actually, I said we were not going to use logic, but I'm going to use a little logic with you. Very simple logic to make this a little bit more user friendly. So above this question, I would add a single choice field or maybe yes and no choice field. It is up to you. So here you can ask, would you like to tell us more And if they would like to actually tell you more and give you more feedback, they would click on yes, and then this would appear. Please share with us, or something like this. And then if they just say no, they're just going to submit the form. So where you define this from? You define it from logic. So even though you have advanced logic, you can just have a straight logic set up from the right sidebar. When you click on the field, this like right sidebar changes, so you can just choose the logic and add a rule. You can add a condition from here. So if the answer to this question is yes, then you would go to please share with us, right? And otherwise, we're gonna submit the form. So we have a condition set, and I will show you how it works. And yes, this is a very good example of what your form can look like. And you can definitely add as many fields as you want and as many they're relevant. You can also ask them to rate different services that you have. Maybe once they choose like in multiple choice different services, you can just have them rate each services one by one. So it is up to you, however you fit it to your use case. And in the ending page, I would like to customize this text here. I would like to make it white so it pops up on this background color that we have. I would like to make it more custom and personal, so I would add their name in the end as well. And then you can also customize the text content. You can also use AI to generate the ending page message as well, based on the choices and so on. So make sure to watch our previous webinar. This is where we talked about AI smart content in emails and in forms as well. So you will have a lot more insight into it. But now our form is completed, and now we're going to show you why we all gathered here, how you can analyze the responses and how you can make it all happen. So we have the form submitted here, form block. So we can maybe change the style. It can be just embedded. So maybe we can just have, I will delete this. I will clean it up a bit, and I will rename this page, and I will call it form. So I will know that this is where the form is embedded. However, I will add a new page, and this is where I will display all the responses. As you can see, the design is different right here, and how you can change this design is from these three dots. You click on page options, and then you can decide to add a page cover, which can be good for portals, for example, branded dashboards, branded portals. You can maybe add your maybe motto, maybe you can add your logo, so it is up to you. And from here, I'm just going to remove it. We don't want it right now. And you can define the font and the page width. I will choose wide. This is what I usually like. So I will just embed I want to see responses now, right? So I will click on table, because table displays the responses in the table manner. You can have Kanban, but Kanban is usually useful when you are tracking something, tracking a progress of, let's say, job application, tracking in portal, something like project tracker or something like this. So it is up to you to create, add this one as well. But first I'm gonna add a table, and I'm gonna connect it to my base, to the base that I created. So the title of the form was, we'd like to hear your feedback. So I will click on this. Because we don't have any submissions right now, we just have the form, I don't see anything. However, let's go and let's have a test submission to the form. You can submit from here. You can submit, I'm just going to submit from the different page. So let's say my name is Michael, and my michaelexample.com. Maybe I chose L package, and then I'm not that satisfied. Let's have this outcome. So I'm really not likely to recommend the services, and Michael doesn't want to tell us more. So I just complete the form. It was super fun and super straightforward. But if you want to, let's say Laura is very happy with our services. Laura doesn't want to share her email. That's fine. They choose access package, and they're very happy with the services. And they also want to actually give us more feedback. I loved the experience, and talking to, I don't know, let's say Mike. maybe Mike was customer support agent. And yeah, thank you, Laura. Thank you for the submissions. Now we have these two submissions. And as you can see, this was super fast because the CSAT and NPS definitely gives you these results. But how you can share this feedback, how you can share this form, you can share it in different ways. You can just send your clients the URL. You can either embed this form in your client portal, or you can have different options. You can embed them in different places. Once you click on embed right here, you will have different options appear. You can either embed it as a link, so it can be like this. You don't need to write any codes. We're writing all the codes for you. You will just copy paste and get the code and write it, and then you will have it. You can either have it embedded as the iframe. You will have a preview down here, so check it here. You can either have a script as like this, and also as a chatbot, and define whether it's going to be on the left or right. And this is what the preview looks like. So you can also start and give the feedback right here and be like George. And I don't want to give them my email. Let's say like this. I'm going to skip. I chose the S one. I am somewhat happy. Also, I would give them 3. I don't want to tell them no, so thank you. And then we are done. So once you embed the form, you can use them anywhere, anyhow you'd like. But now we have submitted the responses. I'm just going to rename this page so it's easy for me. So we have all the submissions. I'm going to change the icon as well to make it clear. So we have responses from George, Laura, and Michael. And if you want to clean up this table a bit, you can go to options. And from options, you can choose which columns you want to be displayed and which you don't want. For example, if you don't want the elapsed time is basically like in how fast they completed this form. Maybe I don't want it. Maybe I also don't want date, or maybe tags. Tags are actually very fun. I will tell you how you can use them. You can add tags to pretty much every response. You just enlarge it and you create a tag. So maybe your tag can be to contact. Maybe we want to contact this person. You create, and then you can also customize the color, how you want it to look like, and you can also delete this tag. So yeah, you can also filter according to tags. So this is very useful when you, as I said, when you have a lot of submissions, or maybe useful now as well. So you can have these options. But now to analyze this, we want to have an AI analyze block. And you can either have it on a separate page, you can have it on the same page. For the sake of, because we have just 3 responses and it's going to be easier to show, I'm going to embed this AI analyze in the same page. However, you can definitely create new pages and groups for it and analyze there. So right here we have AI analyze box, right? So I'm going to connect it to the base. This is very important because it will analyze the responses that are given to that particular base. It doesn't mean that if it's like embedded, it's automatically going to analyze the whatever table that I have here, because you can have this AI analyze in different pages, and I can have it, for example, as you can see, connected to blog post outline generator, to leave request form. So it is very important to have it connected to the base that you want the analysis on in that dashboard. So since this is, we'd love to hear your feedback, I would go to options, and from here I choose the AI model. It can be Formaloo AI or Open GPT-4. It can be short, medium, or long. So this is already helping your prompt. And here is where you write the prompt. So remember, we need to have persona, task, context, and also formatting. So I will write the kind of prompt considering this 4 key parts. So act as a client and now client experience analyst, and I'm going to give them give it a task. Give me the analysis on the analyze and give me the analysis of the responses. Let me know the overall satisfaction of the clients. Write what are the key themes emerging. Also, suggest any actions to take based on these analysis. Give me a brief summary of the dashboard and make sure to keep it clear and concise. So once you give it a prompt, it is going to generate the output according to this prompt. And once again, this is the reason why you want your prompt to be very, very clear. I would say that you can write an even more clearer prompt. However, as I said, this is covering all this like four key elements. Therefore, it is going to give you a good output. However, you can refine it to the last detail. So it is definitely up to you. Let's regenerate. So this is the expert analysis with key themes, with the recommended actions, and with dashboard summary, two-page AI analysis. So we also have customer engagement, and we can see all the recommendations with the specific packages that people give us responses on. So it is this easy. You can utilize it for any other use case, and you can check out our templates. We have a lot of AI analysis related templates there. If you have a unique use case that you need our help with, we can help you with that. We can build it for you. So reach out to our support. We're going to guide you. We're going to direct you to the correct documents for this or correct help. And one thing, and we have like one question I see from Salvador: how accurate is the data when asked to be pulled by AI? Good thing is, Salvador, thank you for your question. One good thing is that AI that we have in the dashboards that AI analyze is generating responses according to your data. So it is not just pulling data from like web, but it's actually analyzing whatever you're giving to it. So it is your data analysis basically. So it is as accurate as your responses are and as your prompt is. Therefore, it is very important to have it clear. And as I said, to have the correct formatting for it too. So this is the only question that we have for now. However, we had a lot of interest to AI related forms and templates. So all of the people who registered for the webinar, you're going to receive a toolkit with all the important insights and the free template as well. So you will get to experience AI right in your hands, at your hands. And yes, if you have any questions, if you'd like to share your awesome use cases with us, we always love to read about your cases, read about your stories. So that would be just incredible. Reach out to us. And yes, we're going to have a webinar quite soon. Stay tuned. We're going to announce everything. So yeah, until then, happy formalooing. And I wish you guys all good day, good night.